Welcome to this guide on Python Asyncio. If you've ever heard terms like event loop, coroutines, or non-blocking code and felt confused, this video is for you. We are going to break down exactly how Asyncio works under the hood, but in a simple, visual way. By the end, you will understand how Python handles concurrency using a single thread. First, let's understand the problem. In traditional synchronous programming, tasks happen one after another. If task A needs to download a file, the entire program stops and waits. It does nothing else until that download finishes. Asynchronous programming is different. It allows us to start a task, and while it's waiting for something like a network response, we can switch over and do work on task. This overlap makes our programs much more efficient, especially when waiting for input-output operations. At the center of everything is the event loop. Think of it as the manager of your program. Since Python Asyncio is single-threaded, it can only do one thing at a time. The event loop's job is to run a task, and when that task pauses to wait for something, the loop instantly switches to another task that is ready to run. It keeps cycling through tasks, ensuring the CPU is never sitting idle while waiting for data. So how do we create these tasks? We use coroutines. You define a coroutine just like a normal function, but you use the async def keywords. Here is the important part. Calling this function doesn't run the code inside it immediately. Instead, it returns a coroutine object. It's like a plan for work that needs to be scheduled on the event loop. Inside a coroutine, we use the await keyword. This is the magic switch. When Python sees await, it pauses the current function and hands control back to the event loop. It says, I am going to wait for this result, go do something else in the meantime. Once the result is ready, the event loop wakes this function up and resumes right where it left off. To actually run coroutines concurrently, we wrap them in tasks. When you use asyncio.createTask, you are telling the event loop to schedule this coroutine to run as soon as possible. This allows the code execution to continue immediately without waiting for the task to finish yet. This is how we fire off background work. To start the whole process, we need an entry point. In modern Python, we use asyncio.run. This function does all the heavy lifting for you. It creates the event loop, runs your main coroutine, and then closes the loop when everything is done. You generally only call this once at the very bottom of your script. If you want to run multiple things at the exact same time and wait for all of them, use asyncio.gather. It takes multiple awaitables and runs them concurrently. The total time taken will be equal to the longest task, rather than the sum of all tasks. This is where the true power of async becomes visible. A major warning: never use blocking code inside an async function. If you use a standard time.sleep or a blocking HTTP request, you pause the entire event loop. Because it's single-threaded, literally nothing else can happen. Your whole program freezes. Always use asynchronous alternatives, like asyncio.sleep, to keep the loop moving. To wrap up, remember these 4 pillars. The event loop manages execution. Async def creates coroutines, await pauses them to yield control, and tasks allow for concurrent scheduling. Mastering these concepts gives you the power to write highly efficient, high-performance Python applications.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.